Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that your own house has become a prison. And the moment you step outside, something is waiting to you. This is exactly what happens to Jason, Anne, and their two children, Ruth and Graham. At first, everything seemed completely normal, just another rainy day, but then Jason notices something strange. The rain is not stopping. He tries opening the doors and the windows, but they are completely sealed. And this isn't some ordinary lock that he can simply break. Something is outside, literally keeping the house shut. When the family looks through the window, they realize they are not the only ones trapped. The whole entire neighborhood has become a prison. That's when they realize their biggest enemy isn't actually what's outside, it's time. Because they have no idea how long they'll be trapped inside the house and their food supply is already limited. Jason starts thinking like a survivalist. He searches their house for anything they can use and begins turning ordinary household objects into survival equipment and realizes they can't depend on canned food forever. So the family starts growing their own food inside the house. And somehow they manage to create completely new life behind those four walls. But there's one problem. They keep moving. Time keeps moving. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. And eventually, the children start growing up inside the house. Meanwhile, their home is slowly falling apart from years of constant rain. And outside, things are getting even worse. One by one, the other houses in the neighborhood go dark, and the people they once saw through the windows start disappearing. Even their beloved dog, Cassidy, becomes part of the nightmare. When Cassidy's medications runs out, Jason is forced to make an impossible decision. He has to put the dog down. And eventually, the family's desperation reaches a level of none of them ever imagined. Because when you are starving, even the things you swore you'd never do suddenly become questions of survival. The family keeps going. But psychologically, they are being destroyed one day at a time. The Ruth starts notices something her parents don't completely understand. There is something living in the water. And whatever these things are, they don't want humans living. They can manipulate the water, control the rain, and somehow keep their houses sealed. So now the question changes. It's no longer, how do we survive inside the house? It's, how do we go out? How do we get out? And when Ruth gets beaten and desperately needs medicine, Jason realizes they have no choice. He has to risk everything to find antibiotics outside. So the family creates a dangerous route through the sewer system. But during the attempt, Anne finally comes face to face with one of the creatures. And that encounter brings the nightmare straight back into their front house. The creature floods the house, it destroys the crops, it ruins their supplies, and suddenly, the place that protected them for years is becoming their grave. So the family makes one final decision. If they can't escape the creature, they are going to trap it. And somehow, their plan actually works. Jason finally has the creature at his mercy, and he demands the only thing they've wanted for years: freedom. But Ruth stops him from killing it. And that one act of mercy changes everything. The creature lets them go, the monsters disappear, and after spending years trapped inside the house, the family escapes. But when they reach outside, they discover something even more terrifying. Almost everything is underwater. Their old world is gone. But just when it seems like they might be the only humans left alive, the voice answers the radio. And suddenly, the family realizes they might not be alone after all. So after spending years trapped inside the last house, their real journey has only just begun.